Namaskar children. Today we will be continuing our third chapter, that is rights in our constitution. So till now we have done four rights, that is right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion. Today we will be doing the fifth right, that is cultural and educational rights. Children, we know India is a diverse country and diversity of India is known everywhere. So diverse means unique. What does unique means? It means that people belonging to different religion, belonging to different ethnic group, following different culture, they all stay in our country. And even people belonging to different socio-economic groups are also there in our country. And there are many minority groups also. And they all have different culture. So what does it mean? That do these minorities have to follow the culture of the majority, or can they follow their own culture? So as you know, our country is known for its diversity, and our diversity is the strength of our country. So we need to preserve this diversity and culture. So this one fundamental right. What does it do? It preserves the culture of these minorities. And this right is the cultural and educational right. So what does it state? Children, Article 29 of our Constitution specifies that any section of citizens who belong to distinctive culture and have distinctive language, they have got the right to preserve their culture. That means people belonging to distinctive, that is different culture, or people who speak different distinctive language, they have got right to preserve their culture. They are not forced to follow the culture of the majority, but they can preserve their own culture. So Constitution mandates them, and protection is given to the minorities. Same way, coming to Article 30. So, what is Article 30? Yes, Article 30 states that all minority groups have right to run their own education institution. Why? To preserve their culture or to propagate their own culture. That means no one can stop them to start their own education institute because it is guaranteed by the Constitution. Now, apart from that, it also states that the state means here the government shall not discriminate on the grounds of religion or language in providing aid to education institutions. That means what does the government do? It gives them some financial support. That means aid to these education institutions throughout the country. That means the government gives some monetary help or whatsoever in providing aids to all education institutions. But here the government cannot deny them these aids. The government has to treat them all equally, and they have to provide them all education aids. It cannot discriminate. That means, and it also states that no countryman shall be deprived admissions into any state-run education institution on the grounds of race, culture, religion, etc. This means in government schools or government institution, if anybody goes for admission and if they qualify according to the norms, the government cannot deny them admission. On which grounds? On the grounds of their language spoken, on the grounds of their religion, or on the grounds of other things, culture. That means people, even if they belong to any religion or anything, the government should not deny them education. They should give them admission. So this is the section 30 of right to culture and education rights. So in this way, we are seeing that through this right, the culture of minorities are protected, and also if the minority people belong to any minority group, they want to take education in any of the government running education institutions, they can take very easily, because the government schools or government colleges, they should not deny on the grounds of the language they are speaking, and even they can open up their own education institutions also. So it is mandatory that protection should be given by the constitution. Supposing, let us take one example. If some anybody, let's say Andhra Pradesh, so the Telugu speaking people, if they want to propagate their culture or language and they come and open a Telugu medium school in say Rajasthan or Gujarat, so the governments cannot deny them that you are Telugu speaking people, you cannot open a Telugu medium school. So that is wrong. So these things are allowed because constitution gives them protection.